I'm not going to a funeral, to a cemetery, to watch a bunch of hippies dance like a bunch of idiots at around a funeral plot. I mean, what the hell is that? That's weird, man. Okay, hey team, how's it going? Today we're going to talk to our friends. We're going to talk about our friends in Portland. No, not the crazies in Portland, Oregon. The crazies in Portland, Maine. Yeah, this comes from the Portland Press Herald newspaper, and it talks about a group called Border Patrol who wants to get their art into the public sphere, and they've got two places where they go and do this. They got two forums. One is at the mall where this story takes us, and the second one where this story kind of takes a weird turn is at the cemetery where they're going to put up a granite slab with this woman, Imani Elizabeth Jackson, her poetry. It's going to be a granite slab that they bought a plot for, and I don't know how tall it is or how big it is, but it's a slab. And at this particular place, let's see, they are going to... They will host an art performance, Funeral for the Ocean, at Highland Memorial Cemetery in South Portland that involves a placement of a granite slab inscribed with a fragment of an untitled poem by Chicago poet Imani Elizabeth Jackson. That lady. They want it to be a permanent thing in state because they bought the plot, says the co-director of Border Patrol. It's at 6 p.m. and it's at the cemetery, and they're going to. The poem is part of an unpublished set of poems, contending with the middle passage, slavery and the entangled relationship of the Atlantic Ocean with enslavement. Hence the name of. Well, okay, sorry. I guess the art exhibit itself is called Funeral for the Ocean, but the poem itself is untitled. So there you go. Oh yeah, and so they're also going to have a dance. They're going to Vanessa Anspaugh and Asher Woodworth will create a performance piece based around funeral ritual and procession. Why, you might add? Well, this is all part of a bunch of different pieces that in a series called Rest in Peace. Let's go to their website, Border Patrol's website. It says, Border Patrol is pleased to announce the launch of RIP, Rest in Peace, a public art initiative addressing the politics and aesthetics of grief. Part of that is, let's see, within the Highland Memorial Cemetery, the project will support artworks ranging from poetry, like the one we just talked about, and sculpture, to movement-based works inspired by funerary processions. That means they're going to dance. They're going to have, man... I'm not going to a funeral, to a cemetery, to watch a bunch of hippies dance like a bunch of idiots at around a funeral plot. I mean, what the hell is that? That's weird, man. Don't you think it's weird? What do you guys think? Is that weird? I think it's weird. Anyway, let's get back to the piece. Here's the problem. This is why they had to go to the cemetery. I don't know why they chose a cemetery. I guess it's grief. But it's not really a place you go. It's disrespectful to go and make a spectacle when people are there to grieve. It's not about you and your dance and your art. It's about them and their loss. Man, this is out there. Anyway, let's go back. Let's talk about the piece of art that was censored. It says Border Patrol, based in the State Theater building, wanted to take its work into public spaces for this project, the Rest in Peace series of art. But, it's funny. It's photographs, and it begs the question, is photography even art? We'll have to deal with that in a separate episode. Stay tuned. So anyway, it says, over 5 months beginning in June, Border Patrol bought advertising space in kiosks at the main mall where it featured photos by a different artist every month, exploring themes of extinction, loss, ceremony, and grief, blah, blah, blah. A lot of them were political. Like the one that got removed. Yikes. Says Cruises, the artist, the photographer, artwork drew complaints. We were asked to remove the poster. Mall management prefers to stay away from politics, and Smartlight must honor their request. Smartlight's being the management company. Here's the deal. The mall is trying to sell to people on the left, and they're trying to sell to people on the right. They just want to sell shoes and sodas and whatever, sporting equipment, clothes, all that kind of fun stuff that malls sell. They don't want to get into politics and be like, well, now we've pissed off the left and they're not going to come shop here. Oh, great. Now we've pissed off the right. Now they're going to shop here because, they are brick and mortar commerce is fighting to stay relevant anyway. The last thing they need to do is get involved in some stupid politics and piss a bunch of people off who won't come to the mall anymore. So, Border Patrol didn't have much recourse. Now, I don't even know why it's called Border Patrol. That's weird. That's just all types of fun, isn't it? Anyway, they said, we knew it would be a problem and we assumed it would come down. But you did it anyway. But we hoped it would be up there for a few more days. It was not. Let's take a look at this piece real quick. Let's see. Oh, yes, here we go. It's called From Miguel to Donald Trump. It has a bunch of flowers, and each one is symbolic. They're hoping that President Trump will look at the flowers or this piece of art. Anyway, even though it was taken down, so he's probably not gonna. But these 4 flowers that represent Mexico. Anyway, it says Miguel. Let's read, shall we? There's writing here accompanying the floral arrangements. It says, Miguel, a native of Puebla. That's Pueblo. Anyway, Puebla, who crossed the border 9 years ago in 16 days. So he's illegal. Let's keep that in mind. He's an illegal immigrant, and he's mad at Trump. I mean, it's reasonable. If I was an illegal immigrant, I wouldn't like him either. But I would, that's the thing, though. He's just enforcing the law. I mean, you're here illegally. Sorry, bud. Get in line, do it right. There's my family had to do it the right way. Every person I know who's here is from an immigrant. But guess what? They did it the right way. We're all immigrants. It's true. And we all need to take care of each other. But we have a responsibility to follow the rule of law. Anyway, so Miguel's kind of mad. He's mad, and he's being used by this artist for his political. Anyway, here it goes. It goes, Miguel asked me if I could add flowers that were wilting, as he said he didn't want to send anything fresh to Trump. He concluded, que si pudra, let him rot. He picked marigold, a flower commonly used for the Day of the Dead in Mexico, as well as daisies, carnations, and pepper sticks, so that Trump would know it was from a Mexican. Well, I mean, name's Miguel. You're talking about you're an illegal immigrant from Puebla. I think that's going to be more of an indicator that you're a Mexican than the flowers. Also, that's a problem, though. You're in America. America's full of Americans, but you define yourself as a Mexican. That's kind of problematic, don't you think? I mean, I'm Irish. I'm also Russian. I'm also a Viking. But I don't identify that. But you know why? Because I'm an American. Think about that. Think about what that's saying to you. That you're over here enjoying... America's so great, you voted with your feet how great it was, because if it wasn't so great, why are you here? And I agree with you. We're on the same side, buddy. We both think America is great, which is why you're here, right? So, I don't understand why you're being so cruel. I mean, what about all the legal immigrants here? We have a right. We got a right to enforce our borders. We have a right to enforce our laws. And you do not have a right to break them. You don't have a right to be here illegally. You have a right to try to come here legally, I think. That's the place you come. But our arms are wide open. Just wait your turn like the rest of us had to. Anyway, so the mall took it down. Didn't like it so much. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.